Hey everyone, I am Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into my craft room and we will get started. We are going to make a super cute little budget-friendly little piece of art. Okay, so let me get us pulled up over here. Oh my goodness, pardon me. All right, let me get us pulled up. Turn off my volume so I can see comments. Okay, so when you get here, say hello. Let me know you're here. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Hello, Mel. Welcome, welcome, ladies. Welcome. Okay, so I got this transfer from Amazon. I bought a whole bunch of fall themed ones, and I really liked this one. I love the blue, and if you look, it's got some like eucalyptus with the sunflowers, and I think it's just super pretty. Hello, Miss Tracy. I get to hug you tomorrow. I'm so excited. So excited. Very excited. Okay. And then this is a little frame that I got at Hobby Lobby. It had a little print on the front that wasn't really my style. So I sanded it off. I got this on clearance. I think it was like a summer something on it. But we're going to use this. Now, this is a little rough because it's like it was paper. And so when I sanded it, it's not perfectly smooth. So I am going to use chalk paint. I think that will help kind of cover that and seal it down. So that is what we're going to start with. And then we're also going to do the frame, but I think I'm going to use acrylics for that. I did not grab out a clean plate. So let me grab one of those. Okay, so I think we might as well just do this first because I want to make sure that's good and dry because we all know the fiasco I have with these transfers if it's not dry. So we're going to shake this up. Thank you, Miss Cheryl, for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Hello, Miss Tracy. Good evening to you. I should have had Bob open this. Oh, I got it. It's got crunchies all around it. So we're going to open it over the trash. Okay. Now I'm just going to use regular acrylic on the actual frame part, but for this part, because it is a little bit, I don't like that brush. All my brushes are dirty, so I've got slim pickings here. Guess we're just going to go with this one. Yep, because all my brushes, oh, this one's a little bigger, I think. We'll go with this guy. How many of you don't clean your brushes every time? I do not. All right, so this paint is very thick, but I think that's going to work in our advantage, or to our advantage. And there was a hair. Well, gosh dang, there's another one. Oh, I think it's okay. So I think the thicker the paint, I think that's going to work to our advantage on covering this up where the paper is kind of torn. And I'm not too worried about my edges here getting white on them because we're going to paint the whole thing white. So I don't mind. And then we're also going to Mod Podge over this. Once this is dry, I'm going to Mod Podge over the chalk paint to try to make sure that our chalk paint is sealed before we try to do our stencil or our transfer. This paint is super thick. It's okay. I don't think it's as thick in the bottle. Okay, there we go. I think we pretty much have it. Just smoothing it out. I think we're going to go ahead and paint this while we're in here. We're going to paint this inside edge. Get that taken care of all at once. I'm glad I changed my shipping company. Yeah. After so many kits got lost or damaged, I changed to mostly to UPS. But a few times I do still use USPS because there's just times that I can't get to UPS because I'm not big enough for them to come to me, so I got to take it to UPS. So there's just sometimes that I can't get it there, so I have shipped a few things still via USPS, but for the most part I like to ship UPS. They seem to be more reliable, knock on wood. I have not had anything go missing or be damaged since I started shipping with them, which it's been, I think, about 3 months, 4 months that I've been shipping with them. Okay. So I think we got this. The inside is good. Okay, I think we have it good. So I think we're done with that brush. Put it in the boneyard of brushes. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Linda Puster. That's how you say your name. Need to get some distilled water and thin that out. That's super thick. Oh, good, Tracy. I'm glad to hear that. So Mom and I are hitting the road tomorrow for the Craft Around the Clock meetup. And we are so excited. Darla, welcome, welcome. So if you're just hopping on, this was a little frame that I got at Hobby Lobby that had like a summer print in the middle that was cute, but it wasn't my style. And I got it on clearance knowing that this would be a great surface. So that is what we're doing today. I sanded it off and I put a layer of chalk paint on it. And next we are going to put a layer of Mod Podge and let that dry. I wish you were going too, Miss Tracy. So let's put this on. I don't know if I'm going to need this plate, but I grabbed it just in case. So I just want to seal that, give it a nice smooth surface for the transfer. That's why I'm putting this on. And we're going to let this good and dry while we work on the outside edge. And then we'll probably Mod Podge over the transfer just because I don't like the shine that we get with those transfers. Okay, I think we've got it pretty good. So we're going to set that there. We'll be back to that. I'm almost all packed. Basically all I have to pack is my things that I use in the morning, my last minute toiletries. That's right, Mom started packing on Sunday. I didn't really start packing till last night, I think. And like I said, I'm pretty much packed. I just need to do the toiletry things. You know, my toothbrush, my hairbrush, that kind of stuff that I'll use in the morning, so I don't want to pack it now. Ooh, you're going to Wisconsin. Very nice. Okay, that's pretty much dry. It's a little sticky in spots, so we're just going to let that hang out while we do this. Okay, you guys know I love to do my wax technique, so we're going to do some wax on this. Try not to get this little bead in this leather cord all gooped out. As you guys know, I like my little rustic vibe here. And the chippiness. Okay. Brush off our excess. Okay, so I guess we are going to need this because we're going to need it for the paint. And I really wish I'd washed my brushes. I like this one better, I think. It's a little firmer. The other ones are a little soft for my liking. All right, so now we're just going to go over this and paint. And yes, I have paint on my shirt on my boob. Yeah, this shirt has been worn to do lots of painting projects, and I have believe it or not, I had an apron on, and I still got paint on me. So that takes some skill, and I'm good at it. Lately, I've been getting paint all over my clothes, so I decided, well, I'm just going to keep wearing the painted clothes for when I paint, so I don't keep ruining my clothes. Because I didn't notice it until it was after it was dry, so I had no chance to get it cleaned off. So that was a bit frustrating. Okay, so now we're going to go around and do the bottom, the edge, and then also this part. I don't think I'm going to paint the outer edge. We'll see, unless I make a mess of it, and then I'll have to. We'll see. I'm making Mom get up early tomorrow. She doesn't usually get up this early on her days off when she's not working. And I told her I wanted to leave at 7 in the morning tomorrow. So poor Mom has to get up a little earlier than what she normally does. Because I believe it's like a 7-hour drive. And by the time we stop to potty, to eat, you know, all the things to get gas, we probably won't get there, even leaving at 7 until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So that's why I wanted to leave at 7. What is your road trip go-to? So I don't know what Mom's going to like, but Bob and I, when we do road trips, we listen to a lot of podcasts. We listen to Crime Junkies. We like the unsolved true crime things. So we listen to that quite a bit, which is fun and it makes the time go fast, but it also makes you a little paranoid at times. So I have had a few moments where it's like, ooh, that's like a crime junkie thing. Yes, we're doing Pennsylvania. What did you say, Tracy? Recently had a drops of resin. Yeah, I have resin on a couple of shirts too. So, from back in the day when I was doing all the resin, when I was doing mugs or coffee cups, the big tumblers. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and kind of clean this up a little. I've got a lot of brush strokes, although a lot of them aren't going to show because we are going to take our scraper and do a lot of scraping. And I think I am going to have to paint my edges because I made a mess. So we're going to paint the edges here. I didn't want to, but I don't want it to look messy either. We are going to have so much fun, Cheryl. I am so excited. I feel a little silly that I'm so excited, but I am. Truthfully, when I was at my doctor's appointment, I just had a physical a couple weeks ago. And he asked me if I had any other plans for travel this summer. Or, you know, as summer was winding down, and I had said yes, I had this trip coming up. And I told him what it was and stuff, and I thought he would just kind of roll his eyes and be like, oh, okay. But no, he didn't. It was actually kind of funny because he is apparently, which I guess we kind of knew this, but he is a bit of a game board nerd, okay? And he loves game boards, and him and his family go to game boarding events all over the country and play in board game tournaments and things. And so he's like, oh my gosh, you are gonna love this. This is like your people. And I'm like, exactly. And I think that's why I'm just so excited. Okay, we have our first coat on. I'm debating if I'm gonna do a second coat. Let's go ahead and dry this and see what it looks like. We are gonna go ahead and distress it, so it's probably fine the way it is, but we're gonna give it a quick dry. It sure will, Cheryl. I've been working really hard getting ready for apple butter, and this is going to be a whirlwind of a trip because we're going out Thursday, coming back on Saturday, and there's a whole lot of stuff planned in between, but it's going to be fun chaos is what it's going to be. I'm looking very forward to it. Definitely won't be relaxing, but it'll be a blast. I think this is going to be good. I don't think we're going to add a second coat, because when we get done with our distressing, I think it'll be perfect. This is good and dry, nice and smooth. Hopefully we can get this silly little thing to stick this time. I've been having trouble with those. Well, hello, Miss Miller. I will be going live a couple of times, not to craft, but just to show you and maybe show you some people that are there. So you can see all your favorite crafters. I will be doing a couple of lives just to show you all what we're doing, so that you all can be a part of this trip as well. So whether you're coming with us, you can always be there in spirit, and we will show you around. I know several of us will be going live. Probably all of us, honestly, will go live at some point. All right, I think we're pretty dry. So I'm going to pull over my achy paper towel that has seen a lot of projects. And we're going to take our scraper. And we're going to do a little scraping. Get our chippy goodness going. You guys know how much I love this. Trying to stay out of the middle. I don't really want to chip this up because it's so nice and smooth, just the way I want it. We don't want to get that all chipped up. I'm not getting much here. I must not have got much wax. Okay, we can take our sanding block where we need more. Okay, we got some, not quite enough for me. As you can see, it's not giving a lot of chippiness. So we're gonna go in with our little gator sanding block. And we're going to get some more. That's better. That's giving me what I'm looking for. We're getting it. Okay, so see how we got quite a bit more chippiness on that. That's what I was going for. Get that out of the way. Take this and empty it down here in the trash. Okay. Now, this we are going to cut because I don't want all these extra little things just kind of randomly placed. We may use them, we may not, but I want to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, I need to trim it some more. I can't get it in there. So I'm debating how I want this. If I want it all the way at the bottom and then we can do something up here. I think I'm going to center it actually. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Me too, Cynthia. I love that look. Yes, my cruise is in February. So that's coming up too. Before you know it, it'll be here. Okay, we're going to center this. just about right there. And then I gotta grab my little, I don't know if this one's firm enough. We're gonna try it. My name's Kathy. Miss Miller, you were asking what my name is? My name is Kathy. And I'm sorry if I don't see your comment, but they go through kind of fast, so I can't always see them. It's hard to work on the craft and read comments at the same time. All right, let's see if we can get this to lift. Well, that's not good. I can't get it lifted. Let's see. Let's get a little poker. There we go. So far, so good. And again, this transfer came from Amazon. And this one is coming off very nicely. And there we go. That came off perfectly. Nothing on it. That came off perfect. Look how cute that is. But see how shiny it is? I don't like that. So we're going to do a matte Mod Podge over it. But I haven't decided for sure. What was a little disturbing? Okay, I'm not sure what that was all about, but thanks, Mom. I'll check in with you later about that. Okay, so, but thank you, Mom. That's your job. Thanks for doing your job. All right, I think we are going to put this little butterfly up here at the top. Let's see here. He's actually a little bumblebee. So we'll have him flying down like he's getting ready to, or no, we're going to have him going up. I think he looks silly going down. These little Dollar Tree pickers are great for so many things. There we go. We got our little bumblebee on. So we got our little bumblebee up there at the top. And now I'm debating if I want to use these or not. We could put one. I don't think so. I think I like it just the way that is. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it, and I think we're going to put some Mod Podge over it now so that it doesn't shine, because you guys know I don't like that shininess. So we're going to Mod Podge right over the top of our transfer. And this will also help it seal. So that transfer is not going to come up at all. And this won't get rid of the shine completely, but it definitely will help. Because as you all know, the Mod Podge is not, even the matte finish is not really matte finish. It's got more of a satin finish. It is a pretty transfer. It sure is. And again, this came from Amazon. I got a whole pack of fall ones. And I just love them. And I thought this one would go really pretty with all my sunflowers back there. Okay. So that got rid of a lot of the shine. As you can see, it's still got a little bit, but like I said, it's more of a satin shine now instead of a gloss. So I like that so much better. That is more my style. As you guys know, I'm not big into the shine. All right, so let's get rid of this stuff. And now I do have a few, not many. I have this one of these like paper sunflowers, and I was thinking about using it. I don't think I'm going to. It was just a brief thought. I'm not sure I'm going to like it. If I had more, I might like it, but let's cut this off. And that's just too big. I don't like that. And then I had two of these little ones is all I have left. Ooh, I don't hate those. I kind of like that. That gives it a little extra punch. I don't hate this size. Really wish I had a third one. Oh goodness. And then I have this little guy, and I was debating on putting him on here. I do like that. I might put this on, but we'll have to paint him if we put him on. I don't like that. I would like this better if I had 3 of them, but since I only have 2, I don't think I'm going to use it. But I did get a refill of my little mini bows. So we will be adding one of them. Aren't these just the cutest thing? I can never tie them this tiny. They're so cute. And I think we're going to put that right there at the base of the flowers. Yep, that needs to happen. Oh, that might be a good idea, Tracy. Yeah, after I glue this on, I'll give that an idea or a try. I could put the big one down there too. Again, I wish I had 3. I don't like this one. It's too big. I don't hate it. Ooh, let me think on that one. I might use it. All right, let's go ahead and paint this. Put our Mod Podge brush in the water. And we're going to paint this guy up. This, I believe, also came from Amazon. These little mini spindles. Let's get this dry. Now flip it around and do the other side. I know you were waiting, Miss Cheryl. You were waiting for that buffalo plate. You knew it was coming. Get this half dry and I can paint the other side. It's mainly dry. I just got more paint on me, but that's okay. Mom, I was just thinking about that. Tomorrow you're going to be able to see Teddy do his little goodbye chair dance. So my little dog, little Teddy, ever since Cooper's died, and I don't know why now, I don't understand why he didn't do this before, but ever since Cooper's passed away, when we leave in the morning, or anytime for that matter, when we leave, he runs over to the one chair in our living room, jumps up on it, and he's so excited. He wants us to come give him kisses and love on him for a second before we leave. And it's just the cutest thing ever. He gets so excited for it. He wags his tail so hard, his whole little body shakes. It is just the cutest thing ever. When we get ready to leave tomorrow, we'll probably do that, Mom. I think that's pretty dry, but we can't put this perfectly painted spindle on here. It'll look silly, so we need to rough it up a little bit. Okay, so I roughed it up. If you can, you can't really tell because of the glare. Yes, that matches so much better. Now, gluing this on is going to be a bit of a trick because there isn't a whole lot of real estate. Hold that in place. I don't know why he does that. It's so funny because he never used to do that. And it's funny because we'll be like, okay, Teddy, go get in your chair. And he runs out there and he jumps up. It's the cutest thing ever. All right, I'm still debating if I want to do anything with those. All right, what do you guys think? Should I add those extra little sunflowers somewhere? I just don't think I like them. No, definitely don't like them there. If I had a third one, I wouldn't mind, you know, putting them in different places, but it just feels weird to only do 2. And I don't really like the big one on it. It takes too much away from the print or the transfer. I don't know, I kind of don't mind that. What do you guys think about that, where I've got them positioned? And I can darken up the centers of the other ones. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it. I really like it the way it is, so we're not gonna mess with it. Sometimes less is more. So I think we're gonna just leave it the way it is. I really like it the way it is, so I think that's how we're gonna leave it. What if I put Spanish moss down here? It just feels like it needs something. Let me get my Spanish moss out. That's just it. This stuff is so messy though. Oh yeah, I think I need to do that. I like that a lot. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the moss? It's a little heavy. I probably would do about half that. If I can separate it. Then what do we think? No, I still just don't like those on there. But I think I do like that. I think we're going to add that. Yes to the moss. Yeah, I agree. I like that. We got a mess here. Let's get some glue in there. Yep, I think that's just what it needed. Let me trim off a couple of these crazies that are a little too much. There we go. I like the moss on it. All right. Well, I think that is my project. I think we're going to call that one done. Let me get this stuff out of the way and clean up my mess. And I will see you all from Pennsylvania. Because that will be the next time I'm live, will be when we are in Pennsylvania. So I am super, super excited about that. So again, this is my project from tonight. It is a Hobby Lobby frame that did have another piece of art in the center. I sanded that off. We painted it with some chalk paint because it was a little bit of an uneven surface. Because I think the print was on paper. And so when I started sanding, I think I got, you know, parts of it down to the wood, parts of it not. So it was a little uneven. So the chalk paint really helped. Then we added a layer of Mod Podge over the chalk paint, let that completely dry. We had a very smooth surface to put our transfer on. Transfer is from Amazon. It came in a big stack of them. I think it was like $7 or $8, and there was, I don't know, 10 or 15 different prints in it. Then we just did the little Spanish moss. We did some distressing on the outside for the chippiness, and I think it's a completed project, and I dearly love it. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. and I will talk to you from Pennsylvania. Have a great one. Bye-bye.